He's lying, man. He's lying. He trying to, like he say, I'm man, I'm this, I'm that, I'm against the game. He's trying to be some macho man. You're not macho man. When I punch you hard, you went to your coach and said, please tell the guy, go easy, easy. Oh man, what are you talking about? I beat you up. Was running for me.
What I have in my heart right now is to erase this defeat, this loss I had a few years ago, and beat this guy because I hate him. I don't like the way he speaks. I don't like the way he sings. I don't like the way he speaks about my people. So, like I said, you know, and even in terms of fighting, like I can tell you guys, both of those fights will be world wars.
Nassourdine, Muslim fucking terrorist, dude. You fucking go back to wherever the fucking cave you guys crawled out from, dude. Fucking dirty fucking terrorist. Fuck you.
So not a fan of Mr. Imavov.
I'm trying to have a good civil interview talking about how fluffy the guy I like, and you gotta bring this piece of shit in. I don't care. It's just like, you take these stupid fucking goat fuckers that should go back to the fucking cave they belong in, dude. You're not even fucking French, you fucking dirty fucking terrorist.
Khamzat trained. He goes, I've never seen anything like that in my life. He's like, dude, but I'm telling you, he's mopping the floor with like Division I All-Americans, world-class grapplers, jiu-jitsu black belts. He goes, he's mopping the floor with people. He goes, He goes, they asked me if I wanted to spar with him. Shab goes,
Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland have sparked a heated verbal battle on Twitter, trading call-outs and going back and forth in a public showdown. Khamzat has hinted that he will fight Strickland soon to shut his mouth, while Strickland is busy heating the beef because he knows this is the only way to get this title fight. On the other hand, the #1 contender Nassourdine Imavov is also calling out Sean Strickland for a rematch to get his revenge. However, Sean Strickland dismissed Nassourdine Imavov's call-out, saying he's already beaten him and the focus is on the belt. Whoever holds it next will face him.
There's a tweet, an interesting tweet that came out from your pal, Mr. Nassourdine Imavov. He says, "My dream, bring me the clown for the crown."
Listen, dude, I've moved past you. You know, I beat you. Relax. Either you get the belt or I get the belt. Once you get the belt, I'll take it from you. Once I get the belt, you'll lose to me.
Nassourdine Imavov claims Sean Strickland is avoiding a rematch, insisting that while Strickland is ready for Khamzat, he isn't prepared to face him. Imavov says with the right weight class and camp, the outcome of a rematch would be very different, leaving Strickland unconscious. Nassourdine Imavov said, "Of course he's ducking. He's ready to get choked by Khamzat. That's not painful. He's not ready to get destroyed and end up with a bloodied face. I've been asking for him to be in the UFC for 2 years now, even after KOing Adesanya. Everything will be different in the rematch. In the right weight class with a proper camp for facing him, he'll end up unconscious." Nassourdine Imavov explained that his priority is the championship, not the name attached to it. He said he's fully prepared to face Khamzat Chimaev if the UFC makes the call, viewing it as a serious test and a chance to fight for the title. Still, on a personal level, he admitted he would choose Sean Strickland first. That previous loss still bothers him, and settling that score remains a strong motivation.
If the UFC called you right now and they said, "Who do you want?" I'll let you pick. It's Khamzat for the chance to hand that man his first loss and try to win the belt from him, or is it Sean Strickland? Because I just hate this guy.
Of course, if I hear you, Khamzat is a big challenge, you know, and he knows and we know and the UFC knows that I'm able to go to this fight and I'm willing to go to this fight whatever happens, because what I said since a lot of time, it's not right now, is the only thing I'm focusing on is the belt, not the owner of the belt. And that's not since Khamzat gets this belt that I said that, but I said that way before, because that's the only thing that matters at the end of the day is the belt around my waist. If the UFC called me tomorrow, with the hate I have in my heart, of course it will be Sean Strickland, you know, and then I can fight Khamzat or whatever, but what I have in my heart right now is to erase this defeat, this loss I had a few years ago.
Furthermore, Nassourdine Imavov also revealed that a fight with Khamzat Chimaev was being targeted first for December and then rescheduled for February, but the plans collapsed after Chimaev suffered an injury. He explained that no contract has been signed and nothing is official yet. Imavov said the UFC still wants the matchup to happen, but for now, there's no confirmed date or finalized agreement.
Do we have an update on that? What is going on? Has the UFC reached out to you or the team and said, you know what, hang tight, Nassourdine, you're next. We're just waiting for the date. Any conversation at all about when or if you're fighting for the belt next?
So no final news yet, no contract signed or whatever. Like one of the last discussions I had with them was with Hunter Campbell and Mick Mena in Doha, Qatar, when it was a Doha event. And the thing that they told me is that they wanted to schedule the fight against Khamzat for December, then for February, but then Khamzat got injured and they were thinking about when they can put this fight.
On the other hand, Sean Strickland is focused on facing Khamzat Chimaev and called a fight with him one of the biggest in the division, saying fans want a real showdown in the US, not a bout with lesser-known opponents. He added that while the fight should happen, he doubted it would reach a major card, highlighting the uncertainty around the matchup.
You have obviously made the case for the Khamzat fight. I feel like it's probably one of the biggest fights in the division.
Yeah, no, I mean, nobody who wants to see fucking two little go-fuckers go at it. You want to see a real fucking American fight this little Chechnyan fucking whore in American soil. This is a fight that needs to happen.
Yeah, I hate to spoil it for you. I don't think you're going to get on the White House card.
I mean, dude, who knows, dude? You know, I mean, no, dude. Maybe I got to go hang up on Epstein or some shit. I guarantee you, dude. I guarantee Chimaev would go to a fucking island. That motherfucker's going all day long, that dirty little fucker.
Sean Strickland's coach, Eric Nixick, explains that beating Khamzat Chimaev comes down to disrupting his system and putting doubt in his mind. He says Chimaev's strength is structured chain wrestling, where attacks flow together without pause. The plan is to break those sequences, force him to reset, and make him question his entries. Nixick adds that simply defending takedowns is not enough, so Chimaev feels a price each time he shoots.
Like, what are the aspects? Because it's kind of cool to get a chance to potentially be the first ones to beat Khamzat, especially when he's so dominant.
Yeah, all of the above. I mean, we're gonna have our work cut out for us, so we know that. But you know, really, like if we can shut some of that stuff down and make him doubt on any of these routes that he's on, especially when it comes to the ground game, he's very systematic. If we can disrupt some of those the kind of the chain wrestling that he puts together and make him restart and put some doubt in his mind, I think that's where we have to be successful. And not only that, is when you defend those takedowns and if and when you defend them, making them pay for it, not, you know, telling them like, hey, if you're going to come in here, you're going to have to pay a price for that. So there's a lot of things I think that we can apply, and especially with our ideologies here at Xtreme Couture and the way that we do our practices, I think it would make for a great fight.
Aiden Ross believes Sean Strickland would absolutely destroy Khamzat Chimaev and is so confident he's ready to bet $1 million on him. He insists if Strickland fights Khamzat, he wins, and even challenges fans to put the clip on record.
So, I'm going to just tell you guys this right now. If Sean fights Khamzat, Sean wins. Let's see. What do you mean, GG's? Chat, I will put $1 million on Sean Strickland. Oblivion clip? Send it to me, I will put $1 million on Sean Strickland when he fights Khamzat. Guys, who do you think is going to be on the White House card?
Daniel Cormier also thinks Khamzat Chimaev will face serious challenges against this version of Sean Strickland. If Strickland performs at his best, Cormier says, he becomes a tough test, creating problems even fighters like Israel Adesanya have struggled with under that kind of pressure and style. Daniel Cormier said, if that guy that showed up tonight shows up in that Khamzat fight, it would be a much more difficult fight for the great Khamzat Chimaev, because even Israel Adesanya at the peak of his power struggled with that version of Sean Strickland. In the Dricus Plusas fight, it didn't seem like Sean was locked all the way in. He seemed a little messed up. Sean Strickland also calls out Khamzat Chimaev over gym sparring, claiming he forced him to quit during positional grappling. He says Chimaev always targeted smaller fighters, labeling him a bully.
I made him quit training. Witnesses in the audience. Where's Eric? I made him quit. No, dude. We're doing positional grappling, and he positional grappling. All right, start on my back, and I was like first round. I let him choke me because it's like no one gives a. Let me tell you about this little. I'll tell you. When I walk into a gym, do you think that I go find the little weakest man? I say, let's spar. I say, no, I go find the biggest, baddest. I'm like, hey, I want to spar you. Every time Chimaev would walk in the gym, he would pick the smallest, lowest level pro and say, but he looks like my opponent. You're beating the fuck out of it. And this is a true story. You guys could back me up, my team. He would pick the smallest guy. Chimaev's a fucking bully. And if you notice what he does in the division, he just runs and fucking hides. Oh, now I want to go to 205 and fight Yuri, who's not even the fucking champ, dude. You just run and fucking hide. You did it when you train with us, and you're doing it in the division.
However, Khamzat Chimaev fires back at Sean Strickland, mocking his claims. He points out that Dreek has struggled to take Strickland down. Khamzat says he dominates in every aspect, especially striking, and calls Strickland's talkative and amusing.
He said that when you were in the gym together, he would actually out-wrestle you and be better than you in the wrestling over 4 rounds.
Bro, Dreek was take him down many times, but how can he take me down? Come on. This guy, I beat him everywhere and striking, but this guy just talk too much. So he's funny guy. He's working with what is his name, Buratino or what is it?
Yeah, Paulo Costa.
Yeah, Paulo. I make them together.
Khamzat recalls sparring with Sean Strickland, saying Strickland claimed he won, but witnesses saw Khamzat dominate and choke him. He adds that there's still unfinished business between them.
Он сперва сказал, что на спарринге меня побил. Ну, там ребята были, все видели. И даже это видео там есть, как я его душил и бил. И с ним тоже есть такое дело. Выйти в клетку и посмотреть, кто сильнее в клетке.
Meanwhile, there's another surprising twist, because a 21-year-old fighter from Khamzat Chimaev's camp claims he submitted Sean Strickland with a rear naked choke while Strickland was preparing for Fluffy. He says he took him down and finished him.
Hunter, what were you gonna say? Go ahead.
I want to say 1 week ago we were at PI and we go to Xtreme sparrings and this guy submit Sean Strickland.
Oh! Hey.
How
did you submit him?
Yeah.
We were sparring with Sean Strickland. He asked me and Baisangur. Baisangur went with him 3 rounds and he made him tired. And then he says, come on you. And I went, take him down and submit him. Rear naked choke.
What do you
Sean Strickland believes he could be the only middleweight able to beat Khamzat Chimaev. He called the matchup huge and even suggested Fluffy might be a better wrestler, showing confidence in his own skills against the top contender.
I'm probably the only one that could beat Chimaev. I honestly think Fluffy's a better wrestler than Chimaev. Like, I think pace-wise, style-wise, I think over 5 rounds, Fluffy's probably a better, but then stand-up, I think Chimaev might take him to stand-up decision. So, I don't know, man. It's kind of weird what the UFC did with Chimaev. You brought a guy in that fights once a year who's like Madonna, who probably gets like, you know, I mean, how much money does that dictator give him on the table? Like, the guy doesn't need to fight, dude. He's best friends with a warlord, you know? Like, he doesn't need to fight. Dude gets gifted G-Wagons. So you have somebody who, like, he's just going to sit on that belt and wait until they force him to fight. And then, like, he wanted to fight Nassourdine or something, whatever the guy's name is. He's like, oh, I don't want to fight you, my brother. Like, what are you talking about?
Khamzat Chimaev fired back at Sean Strickland's claim, insisting he's ready to prove he's still the dominant force in the middleweight division.
Khamzat, let me ask you, you might have saw Sean Strickland this week. He had a few things to say. He said that you're terrible for the division and he's the only guy out there to beat you. What do you say to that?
What should I say? This guy always talks on my show. We'll see.
But you guys trained together and you choked him out a few times, right?
We did spar a lot before, but that's why he's so mad.
Fair enough. Well, this guy choked him out as well.
Yeah.
Sounds like I'm talking a lot of about Sean. I'm not.
Now Sean gonna talk about bad things as well. So
Okay.
he will be mad.
Is this just part of the game now? I mean, I feel like everybody's talking about Khamzat now. It's the best way to get
Well,
views.
he's the middleweight champion of the world, and that's the guy that people should want to fight. Good luck with that, by the way.
Sean Strickland also criticized Khamzat Chimaev for holding up the middleweight division with his inactivity. He argued that fighting only once a year keeps the title stagnant, mocked Khamzat's mysterious injuries, and suggested that chasing the belt isn't as rewarding as staying active in the octagon.
So, I don't know, man. It's kind of weird what the UFC did with Chimaev. You brought a guy in that fights once a year who's like Madonna, who probably gets like, you know, I mean, how much money does that dictator give him on the table? Like, the guy doesn't need to fight, dude. He's best friends with a warlord. He's just going to sit on that belt and wait until they force him to fight. But yeah, no, the middleweight division, man, like from a pure money perspective, you would make more money not fighting for the belt than you would fighting for the belt. Say Chimaev goes and fights Nassourdine in 6 months. Well, let's say Chimaev springs his pinky like he normally does. Now he takes another year off. So it's like you're off for 2 years. The belt isn't even like, it's not even in my brain anymore. I don't even think about it. Like I'll make significantly more money just fighting.
On the other hand, Khamzat Chimaev is eyeing a move up to face Alex Pereira, who himself is considering the heavyweight division. Dana White confirmed that the UFC will support Pereira if he moves up, praising him for always stepping up when needed, and assuring that whatever path he chooses, the promotion will make it happen.
Alex Pereira teasing potentially going up to heavyweight. Do you want to see him compete at heavyweight, or do you want to see him defend the light heavyweight title in his next match?
Well, you know, he's one of those guys that that always steps up, does whatever we need him to do. Whatever that guy wants to do, we would work with him.
However, Dana White wants Khamzat Chimaev to stay at middleweight and defend his title before moving up. He stressed that chasing other divisions without securing the current belt first is not the right approach.
We've seen Khamzat Chimaev fight at welterweight. We see him fight at middleweight. Is he someone that if he says, hey, I want to fight at light heavyweight, we'd see him fight at light heavyweight?
I'd like to see him defend his title at at a weight first. Yeah, I'd like to see him defend his title before he talks about jumping around from, you know, you're going to keep going up in weight divisions without defending. Yeah, I'd rather see him defend.
Khamzat Chimaev discussed a potential fight with Alex Pereira, noting Pereira hasn't responded yet. He emphasized his goal of becoming a double champion, leaving open the choice to stay in his division, return, or move up. Remaining undefeated isn't the priority. His focus is on landing the biggest fights and creating major events.
So 205, is that something that I know you were calling out Pereira. He ignored that, right? There was never any response?
No, he never responds, but so we'll see if anyone else. I want just become a double champ, and then I can go back to my weight class or stay there or go out more up. Try. I'm not that guy who's trying to go out from the UFC like undefeated this and that. I don't care. Just want to make some stuff.
How old are you now, Khamzat?
31.
31. So you got lots of time.
With Khamzat Chimaev, Sean Strickland, and Nassourdine Imavov all throwing callouts and fueling rivalries, Chimaev eyes big fights, including Alex Pereira, while Strickland and Imavov push for revenge and the belt. With personal grudges, strategic battles, and championship stakes, the division is set for explosive matchups. Subscribe now to stay on top of every fight, update, and showdown as it unfolds.